All right, 1-1. It is turn four. Teethman Terrors versus the Dusters, and you can see the Terrors have the ball and are driving to the end zone right there. So that is Ven, and we're at the end of turn four, so it is time really to roll initiative for turn five. So this will determine this initiative roll, super important here. It's going to determine who gets a shot at Ven here before he scores. So I see H5, H2, H1, C1, C3. When is C2? C2 is all the way down in initiative 5, if you see there. The bottom, well, here. So C2 is right there. So that's going to be a little bit of a haul to get there, but we don't have a lot of folks that can catch Ven. But let's see how it plays out. Okay, so H5 is first. That is Kel. Kel is suffering from a whole bunch of injuries. So first off, Kel is bleeding, so that's 18. And slowed, and he must have rolled 12. It's funny that Kel is slowed, but still managed to. So Kel's going to stand up and then go 1, 2, 3. And I think that's it. That's the half move for Kel now. Kel is slowed, so their movement is 5. Um, they could sprint, but probably not gonna. And there's not a whole bunch because I mean, you can sort you can't catch her. You can't double up. You can't catch Ven. So I'm just gonna go on to the next one, H2. That's big Boris here. And Boris could probably maybe dodge out of Bjorn's thing, but again, you're talking 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Can't reach. So I think Boris will take a hit. Boris is a 14 block versus Bjorn's 13 block, so it's a 1+ block. Yep, 8 to 2. Gonna knock Bjorn down. Oops, we did not obviously get that out. We'll follow up, and we're gonna do D10, D4 damage to Bjorn. So that's 5. That's only 3 points to Bjorn, so down to 18. Nonetheless, close to peril. Let's next initiative H1. So Raph can go 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then at best do 7, 8. So I don't think Raph can catch. And Ven is, I mean, they're 4 away. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we got to catch them. So I think Raph is going to hit Roland. Just going to come up. Although, wait, 1, 2, I mean, can Corporal catch? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There you go. So we got to free up Corporal, is what we have to do. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that's going to be a tackle. So Raph is going to tackle Algor. That is a -1. So it's 12 to 12. 12 to 13. Algor's dodge is a 13. So we're actually this is a down 1 block. But it's a push. So we're going to push out. We'll follow. And Raph does do damage, D8, D4. So we will do that. And 3 and 3, 4 points against Algor. That puts him to 9 now. He's taken quite the beating. But that's going to free someone up to at least get a shot here. Because I think, yeah, H4 is going to get to go. So that's sort of awesome. Let's hit next initiative. C1 and C3 are next. Interesting. So block 13 versus dodge 13. So we are gonna So we're going to dodge out. Algor is going to dodge out. It is 13 to 13. It's an even up dodge. Well, let's see. And that's a success by 3. And a success by 3 means a successful disengage. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Maybe. Hold on. We'll just go 1, 2, 3, 4. And I think that ties Corporal up. So Corporal has a move of 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Nope. So we got to mark him. So we have to run 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then done. Algor is going to do that and mark this guy to sort of keep him off. Now you're stuck. You're either blocking him or you're not. And now Sally, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I actually don't think, but we'll 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Done. So Sally moves. So now it's H4. And H4 either needs to. So they're either moving into the. And their dodge is crap, by the way, comparatively. So, and technically, you don't dodge into zones of control without. So I think she's been marked off. So Corporal's been marked off here. So I think Corporal is going to take their even up shot, and they're going to blow it and knock themselves down. So there you go. It is another shot on Algor, however, but I think it is seems super likely that Ven here is going to pop a touchdown. 9 Wheezy is going to rest, going to take a breather. Wheezy's going to take a breather. 3, 29. I think that's good. 29. And I think Varger is going to take a breather. So both of our next activations here, well, it's a 2. You might not see it. It's up in the corner. So I rolled a 2 for Varger to take a breather. 26 now. And we will pop the initiative down through C6 to H8. So H8 is Callum. Where is Callum? Callum is knocked over here. I think Callum is going to take a breather because I don't think there's any point getting up. 1. So Callum is slow to get up. 24. We're going to update the teams. And now C2 gets to go, and they're going to pop 1, 2, 3, 4. I am, well, 1, 2. Well, I tell you what, we are going to blitz with the kid. Kid's going to try to dodge since we can blitz, right? H3 and H9. I think H3 is our best bet. Now, he's not going to hit anybody, but he's going to try to make him dodge out at least. And so we're going to dodge out. So that's an 11 dodge versus Sally's 11 block. That looks successful. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 7. There you go. So that's a blitz. So he is blitzed. That is truly the last ditch effort. Now, I don't know. if I should permit a blitz just to mark someone, but I don't know. Maybe. And now this is C2. C2 now gets to dodge out. And this is Ven. Ven is going to dodge out. The question is, does Ven spend? No, he's just going to go for it. C3, C4 is up here. C7. So all we have is 4 and 7 left. We are going to take the dodge. Do we spend and do that? Thus making the kids effectively would be really the Yeah, we're gonna spend. So Ven's gonna pledge 2 dice. I think the kid pledges 2 dice as well. So it's a wash. But if I were doing this as a GM to the players, I'd be like, yeah, he's spending 2 dice, man. So we're gonna spend 2 dice. That's 5 points off of Ven, which sucks for Ven. The kid's also gonna burn 2 dice, so they're both gonna get +2. So it cancels out. 3. The kid only spends 3. But this is to score, so I would assume that everybody's going to go all out. So we're going to dodge here. 1, 2, 3, 4, right. And it's an even up shot to dodge. And he gets by 3, so that's a disengage. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It is a touchdown. Now, we've putzed around a little bit with the score because our goal is to maybe make kicks a little bit more meaningful. So touchdowns are worth only 5 points now. So the Terrors score 5. And they now have 6. And now Ven has to line up for a kick. So what is Ven's kick score? Ven's score is a 10. So the point after, effectively, the kick after, you essentially have the option. You essentially have the option for a DL 10, 16, or 22 kick for 1, 2, and 3 points, respectively. So we're going to do a DL 10 kick, a base kick for 1 point. And so we're going to boot the ball through, and we succeed, and we get an extra point. And that breaks it 7-1. And that's the end of turn 5. So now we're going to drag all the block markers off. We're going to drag the blitz marker off. We're going to grab these guys. We're going to get them up off the ground. And these dudes we will put on their side also off the ground. So, nice little back and forth there. I think the Dusters took the worst of that by quite a bit. One big injury. So all the bleeds go away. So that's going to go away. Forge is no longer bleeding. And Kel is no longer bleeding, but Kel is impaired and slowed still. So the Dusters took a big beating there. So let's real quick. We'll do a D6 for everybody on the team. So I'm going to copy this die and paste it to 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to roll 9 dice, and I'm going to go straight down the line here. So if you see Algor up here and straight down, anyone that needs hit points gets it. Anyone else, I skip. So I get 2 points for Algor, 2 points for Ven. We skip Sally, Oops. Oh, geez. Okay, Bjorn gets 3 points. We skip Sir Bracken. Varger gets 5 points, so that's good for him. Roland gets a single point, so he's up to 26. Poe gets nothing because he doesn't need it, and we get Wheezy gets a single point, 30. And so that's where the teams stand when they come off the field for the score. On the Dusters side, we get a point, 22 there. 4 points, which we don't care for Boris. The kid gets a point for 15. Corporal nothing. Kel is the fifth, so she gets 4 points, 22. Joseph and Marge get nothing, and then Callum gets a single point, 25, and then Forge gets 5 points, 24. So that's where we're at when we come off the field. So now the question is, who's going to be subbed in? So the Terrors score, they're kicking. Who's going to sub in on their side? We could. Oof. I mean, Al Gore and Ben are good. They are our best blockers. Well, our next to best blockers. So losing both of them would suck. Would not be ideal. But they're both in Pearl, so I am very much of the mind that I think we probably drag their butts on. We drag 2 people on the field, and we're going to drop C1 and C2, and they're going to take a break this drive. So 1 and 2 are going to take a breather this drive, and that's going to bring Poe and Sir Bracken in to play. On the Dusters side, we don't have the kid is a little bit dicey, and frankly, Cal is clunky. But still better than, say, a Marge or a Joseph. I'm going to bring Marge on. So I'm going to take the kid off. I'm going to bring Marge in. And Kel is going to rub some dirt in. And that means that Kel gets an additional roll. She gets 1.5. 2, Kel, 24. That wasn't great, but all right, good for you. So still has the injuries, and I don't have actually the rules for the medical staff or whatever. So we're just taking it as we go here, and just not worrying about it for these playtest games. So Marge is coming on. The kid's going off, so we're going to put him off the field. Marge is on the field. Dude. No fill for that, and I color my Excel sheet here a little bit so it's easy to tell who's on and off the field. Okay. So that's it. Kicking team sets up first. That will be the Teethman Terrors. And so C7 Roland is a big hitter. Varger's a big hitter. Bjorn is a big hitter. So those are our biggest hitters. Who's our best kicker now? Sally is our best kicker, but Sally, we're going to have. We're going to put Wheezy as our kicker. So she's going to go 1, 2. There. So we'll put her there. These will be on the front. Sure. And then we have so not a giant fan of. There we go. So we're going to have a nice even spread here to kick. Cal. So who's our fast dudes? I think Marge is fast and she can catch. So we're going to put Marge here. And that gives her 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So she has a good wide range to cover to get the ball. In the meantime, everybody else is going to go as close as possible. So Boris up front, Raph up front, the corporal up front. We're going to just mark up and line these guys here. And Kel has what? Well, her bleed goes away. That is true. So she just slow and clunky. Kel is a 10. Forge is a 10. So I'm going to put these guys as close as possible up here and close to the action. So we're going to mark just like that. So it's, and I'm not too worried about if the ball goes in the middle. I'm not super worried about it. So we got the ball here. That's Wheezy. Wheezy is a kick of 10. So we're going for a simple kick. That'll have the most scatter. Well, no. Simple kick, we have no control over how high or low the kick is. And thus, we probably give them an opportunity to. I just choked on a lemon bit, went down my throat. So if I start hacking inconsolably. All right. So where's the kick going to go? We're going to put the kick right there and give it a boot. We do succeed. We succeed by 2. Kick scatters D6 minus 1 hexes. So this will be, the first one will be the scatter. D6 minus 1, 0. So it's going to go right there. So there you go. The kick is perfect. But since we picked a normal kick, we have to roll a d12 to see if the kick's a high kick, a low kick, or a roller. It is a high kick, which means the catch DL is 10. And someone can make a full move to get under the ball if they want to do the 10 catch. So we will put Marge here under the ball, and she has a DL10 catch. Now this is in addition to the free, she's going to blow it, but she's going to expend. So she's going to succeed. 4 hit points, though. At the cost of 4 hit points, Marge catches the ball. So Marge has 24. So she has caught the ball. The reason you want to catch the ball is you don't want it to scooter away and bounce and give them, the defense, a chance to blitz up in. Now the kicking team gets the receiving team gets a free move, and then we are on to turn 6, actually, because turn 5 ended prematurely. So we don't have a ton to score. We have 3 turns, 6, 7, and 8 for the Dusters to score. And we would want to look at who our best kickers are in case time starts running out. We can go for at least the 3 points by kicking into the goal here. So, our free move, excuse me, that's it, damn lemon. Our free move is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. We're going to give a little bit of help to Kel. So Forge is a 10. That would be a 9 versus 11. But we're going to give him 1 block token to know that he's defended once already. But we are 2 down. Unfortunately, that means we're 5 down. And he does knock himself over, but doesn't suffer any other consequences. That sucks a little bit on your free activation, but it is now time to roll initiative for turn 6. Bam. So we have H8, H5, and H1. So Callum, Kel. Man, Kel's rolling like a banshee, even though the initiative went to hell. So 8's first. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So Callum's only a block 10. versus Sally's at 11. I'm going to mark Sally, and I'm just going to run up and done. So that is done. Next initiative is 5. Uh, Kel is going to go 1 right there, and this is a normal block. She's -1, so it's 10 versus. Now, he's normally a block 11, but since we have a block token, we either have to use our dodge or take a -2. So it doesn't matter, actually. It's the same in both cases. So it is 10 to 9. We're a 1-up block. But we blow it. 1-up. Oops, that was a 2, but that's actually a 4, right? 1-up. We're down by 5. So we actually get knocked over again. So Varger here is standing strong. I'm picturing him as the traveler dog man, right? He's like beating the crap out of these dudes. Next initiative is 1. So this was a total wash over on this side. That stinks. So what are we going to do? Is Raph going to come right up and just hit Roland? Are we going to hit Varger? I think we have to hit. I think we have to go this way now. And try to open up. So we're at, he's a 12, 13. So this is a 1-up block still. That's 3, so we're going to knock him down. And we're going to push him here. And we are going to follow. Done. So Raph does a D8, D4 to Roland. 6, that's 4 points to Roland. Roland's down to 22. And we are ready to roll here. So there you go. It's C4. 2. And he might have made a mistake by following. If he stays there, that's more of a that's hard to get through. Whereas if he goes like this, then you open this middle up. So I think we'll stay there. That's a good point. So next initiative is C4. That's Bjorn, and Bjorn is gonna get, ideally you want someone to have to block or dodge to get your ball carrier. I mean that's Boris. And we have to give Roland a marker. So, I mean, we could pose a 10. Sir Bracken is an 8. Marge is tiny, though, but she has a dodge of 12. So, no matter what, we're blocking a 14 with our 13. I'm going to go here, and I'm going to block Boris. We're 1 down. So we're looking for, ow, okay. So Bjorn goes up, Boris literally like smacks him in the head, and Bjorn takes 9. That is 7 points on Bjorn. That puts him in peril. So that sucks a little bit. It sucks also even worse when it happens on your turn. Is the actual. So this was a wash, but the middle has totally opened up. And does Marge go again? Marge does go again. So Marge is going to be able to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 as a for instance. Now that's not the safest move. But we still have, I think, 4 to go. And we still have 9 to go. So we ought to be able to gum up the works here a little bit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're going to do a tackle. Boris is a 13 now versus the 11. So he's up 2 on Sir Bracken. Well, that's quite enough. And he smacks Sir Bracken. He's going to go, Bracken is down. And he does a D10. D4, 10 points to Bracken. That's 8 points to Bracken. That is enough for a wound. Bracken. Tears Kraken. Oh, ow. That's a 10. So he is weakened, which is bruised, bleed, and weak. Sir Bracken is bleed, injured, and weak. Weak simply means that your damage is reduced. So let me get bleed, injured, and weak. And I will put Bracken on top of that mess. Like that. So that flipping hurts. And he is done. That is H2 Boris. Boris is a freaking killer. So C3 is up. That is Sally. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I mean, she could potentially mark the ball carrier. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. She could mark the ball carrier. She could try to hit the ball carrier, but it would be at a -3. She would not actually do very well at that. She is going to dodge out of here. And 11 to 10. So she's 1 up on the dodge. And she does. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. She does have to sprint 8. So Sally burns a hit point, and she is marking the ball carrier right now. And there you go. C6 is up. Oh, and because these blocks totally fell over, she's going to get up and go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then let's say a sprint is going to go 7. So that's 2 more hit points to Barger, and he's down to 29. So that puts Marge in a very precarious position. Okay. And now it is technically Marge's turn, H7. Now the problem is, so we got a block 11. I have a block 11. Marge's dodge is 12. So she's 1 up, but it's -2 because there's 2 people she's dodging. So she would be down 1. So ideally, we would like to wait until we can clear one of these guys out. So Marge is going to delay. That's going to bring C9 up. And I don't know that Wheezy is going to go fight Boris. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And she'll head up to just get in there. And then C7 can get up. That's half his move. He's just going to mark that guy, and he is done. So that was C9. That was C7. C5 is Sir Bracken. C5. So Sir Bracken just got his bell rung a little bit there. And his block is a mere 7 now against their best blocker. That seems a little dicey. We're going to stand up. Boris's dodge is still pretty good, but we're just going to give him something to dodge out of and put a tackle zone on him. I'll put that ball there just so I remember. H4. So I think what we're going to try to do is we're going to try to knock someone off of here so that she has an easier time dodging. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Just like that. And then we're going to do a tackle. So that's 11 to 11. That is a successful push. We're going to push her there and follow up. We do damage, Corporal D8, D4 to Sally, who is mostly healthy. That is 5 points to Sally. Sally is good to go. Now, that doesn't totally free Marge up, but it does. We're going to get. So now we're going to move Marge. So she's going to move now. So Marge is going to dodge out of one zone of control here. So it's an 11. So it's 12 to 11. We're one up on this dodge. And with success. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And there you go. So Marge has gone. H4 has gone. H9 will stand. 1, 2, 1. So 3, 4, 5, and just mark that guy for us. And now it is C8, Poe. And Poe's not a huge dude, but Poe's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And hopefully get ready to get in the way. So that's the end of the turn. Both Algor and Ven get a D6 as they're resting. So we'll just roll. 6 and 5. So 19 and... Yep, 19 and 16. Done. And same with the kid and Joseph, but just the kid. 1. Kid gets a point. 16. Done. Because they're off the field taking a breather every turn. They're all done. That's the round. We're going to draw the block chits off and see what the hell happens here, because it looks like the Dusters are in pretty good shape. I don't see a ton of... I mean, these guys can all hit. Marge is a good dodger, though. Callum can probably take at least one of these guys. So we're ready to roll initiative. So it looks like H2, H4, H1. Marge is going dead middle of the round there a little bit. H2, H4. So Boris could probably dodge. But Callum can probably hit Poe also, although that's a little bit less of a thing. But he could mark him. So I say... Callum's going to take a shot at Sir Bracken again. Or not Callum, I'm sorry, Boris. 14. And we're what, 11? So we are going to push him that way. He is down. We are going to follow him. He's taking a block. And we do a D10, D4 to the nobleman. 11, that's 9 points to Bracken. Oof, he is not having a good day. That is another wound. So I think Bracken is not... Oh, he almost got... Oof, he's bleeding again, which is a Supertramp song, a lesser-known one. All right, so we're bleed 2 on brave Sir Bracken. So that ain't good. He's going to take 2 hit points every time he acts. And ow. Okay. So that was H2. We're up for our next initiative. This is H4 now. So it's Corporal versus Sally. It's 10 to 11. I say we. So. Um. So the question is marking Sally more important than knocking her around? Right? Sally's dodge would be down 1. Still doable, but down 1. I'm going to say let's try to hit her. We are up 1 to block Sally. Oh, -3, which is -2. So it's a nothing. So it's a whole lot of nothing happened. So that's probably good actually from H4's perspective. Corporal tries to hit and doesn't move Sally at all. H1. Raph could dodge out. And I think he is going to dodge out. So Raph is going to dodge. And his dodge is pretty high. He's one of the veterans. So he dodges 14. Roland can't take him. So he goes 1, 2, 3, 4. And that's a tackle. So it would be 12 versus 10. So he's going to hit Poe. That is just enough to push him. And so we are going to push him just like that. But Raph does a D8, D4 to Poe. Poe gets hit for nothing. So there you go. And next initiative. So it's C3 and C5 are up now. Now Sally can run up and do a tackle. Oof. Like Bracken needs to come off the field. Okay. So we're doing Sally though. So let's do Sally. Sally's gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So she's got to dodge out first thing. Her dodge is 11. Corporal is a 12 block. She's down 1 on this dodge. Yeah, no. So she's gonna get, I think, knocked over and take damage. So he trips her up. So we're going to take some hit points, 7 points. That's 5 points to Sally. Sally is down to 23 hit points. And she is down, and that's it. And Bracken is going to take 2 points immediately upon. So he's down to 9. He is going to. I mean, he could get up and go 1, 2, 3. And sprint off the field to get a sub in effectively. I don't know what the rules are in terms of if this guy's come on this side, if he can come in right wherever he left off. I think the rules as written right now are the sub comes in where you leave the field. at your initiative. So if you just went, then you obviously your initiative would be used, and your sub does not get a move. So I think we're going to go with that. Can Sir Bracken dodge out of the way, or is he going to get crushed? I think he is just gonna. Oof. So he could dodge at an 11. Boris still hits at a 14, so he's 3 down on a dodge. That also sounds dangerous. The only advantage is you would get a at least reasonable character up onto the board to start. But it would be a risk, and you might just get knocked out. Or do you lay there and just take the breather and hope that something goes your way? We're going to take a breather for now. So Sir Bracken loses 2 hit points, but gains 4. So at the very least, he's at a net positive today. He's holding his face, bleeding everywhere. All right. So C3 and C5 have gone. And now it is H5. So good old Kel. Kel's down to 24 hit points, but still, still going. Kel's going to get up. 1, 2, 3. And honestly, I just think go 1, 2, 3 and be done. Just try to get at least close to the action. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You could possibly tackle, but man, that's a mess. I wonder if you go down here, and then Boris will kill you for crying out loud. So that dude's just all over the place. So C9, H7 is next. So it's Marge next. So if you could get 1, 2, 3. So the problem is this is just enough of a wall. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You'd hit the dodge out, and then you could go in here, and you could actually mark her. And then H8's not going to go yet. H7 would probably delay. You'd probably delay them. Bjorn can get up and go 1, 2, 3, 4, but really can't get in there. So that's good for the Duster. So how do we stop it? 1, 2, 3, 4. I just lost where she was. That's the worst part. There we go. Okay. Sorry about that. Tell you what we're gonna do. Not great, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're gonna take the -1 tackle on Callum and hope to open this up a little bit. Oh, okay. So -2. Unfortunately, that's not enough, and we are done. Next initiative is Marge herself with the ball. It's going to take off. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then he's knocked over, so I think she's going to sprint 2 times. And that's 4 points to Marge. And she's going to go 8, 9 and book it to the end zone as fast as possible. Okay, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Just get back in the play. We're gonna get up Bjorn. Go here. I am gonna hit him. It's a tackle because I had to get up and move. Raph is a 13, a 14. I think we're something like a 12 or oh geez. Okay. And we are at 12. So we actually get hurt. Raph is gonna do D8 damage to us. Bjorn takes 11. Bjorn takes 9 points of damage. Holy crap. And it's a wound. You're in peril. 3, 4. It's just a bleed. I mean, at this rate, just a bleed's bad because, I mean, you are bleeding a lot, sir. You don't have many hit points to lose, strangely enough. Okay. Well, that sucked. C8. So I was hoping to free him. I mean, that dodge is just abysmal to get out of there. We could hit him at a 13. Poe has a 10 to 13. It's a -3 block. Poe is uninjured. Raph is a little more injured. I'm going to take the -3 block. Poe's going to expend 2 dice. That's 5 for Poe. So Poe's getting a +2. And now Raph has to make the call whether he's also going to expend dice or not. Raph is a little weaker. So even at +2, it's a 12 to 13 because this is his second defense. He's still 1 down. We're going to take it and let him do his worst. Oh, he knocks him down. So he's going here. We're knocking him down. We are not going to follow up. And Poe does D8, D4 to Raph. Only 2 points. Okay. That was CH. C8. H8 is Callum. So, I mean, I like where we are. We'll take the even up block. And we do. We're going to knock them there, knock her down. We'll actually leave her unmarked, Wheezy, and we'll do D8, D4 to Wheezy. 6 looks like 6 points to Wheeze. Not a wound, but so be it. C7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. That's a lot of distance. I think she just beat the defense, and I'm not sure. I'm not 100% sure how that happened. God damn it. Our dodge is terrible. Let's block our way out of this. We're going to block. It should be a bonus plus block. It is, but we actually are down by 5. We knock ourselves over. We are done. Circle 7. And then the last character to go on this turn is H9. And H9 is going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and just mark Poe. So that was actually bad on his part because it allows this guy to mark him. So probably not the cleverest. Probably not the cleverest of me. I play a little bloodthirsty sometimes, and I figured, well, let's take a good hit because you want to wear him down for the next half or whatever. Having said that, it is turn 8. The Dusters look like they're on the verge of a score here, but let's roll initiative because Marge is not. Marge is CH7. She's 5. She's going middle of the round at best. So there's still a lot of time to catch her here. So H1, Raph is going to get up. That's his action. And he's going to go 1, 2, 3. Yes, 1, 2, 3. And he is done. Raph is done. So next initiative would be C5. So that's going to make his life super hard because he's going to take, it's an 11 dodge versus a 13 block, 15 block because there's 2 of them. 11, so he's a down 4 block. So you're going to stand up, you're going to take the block, maybe get out and mark her. We're going to do it. It's a down 4 block, or a down 4 dodge. Sir Bracken's not going to spend points. He's just going to hopefully... No. So down 4 means you lose by 7. So he is knocked back down. And he is damaged by, Boris. Only 3 points. So only a single point. But Sir Bracken is not going to get up in that case. So he falls down again. And he is done. Next initiative is H2. So I think H2 goes like that. Does that produce enough of a wall? So you have to take this way around to get her, or this way around right now. So I think that's it. Done. C3. How? Sally is very much out of the play unless something amazing happens. We're looking for Poe here to actually do the deed. So I think Sally gets up. Does she attempt the dodge at a -1? No, she does not attempt the dodge. No, she does not. She takes a breather. She's going to lay there. 5 hit points. She's up to 28. So she is good to go. And we are up to C7. He will get up, though. He's going to get up. And he's going to go 1, 2, 3. He's going to do a tackle at 11 against Forge at a 10. So he's 1 up. This is a 1-up block. There we go. And so he's going to push Forge that direction, knock him down, follow up to free up Poe a little bit here. So D8, D4 on Forge, 7 points. Forge takes 5, 19 hit points left. Next initiative, H8. Well, hate to say it, but what's prudent is 1, 2, 3, 4. Done. Mark them, and we're done. We're just going to stand next to these guys. You got to get out. You're going to have to make a roll, right? Next initiative, C6. 1, 2, 3, block. And this is a block. It's 11 versus 10. So we're a 1-up block. There we go. That's 3. So it knocks him down. We are going to follow. And we do D8, D4 plus 1 to Callum. That's 6 points to Callum. Callum takes 4, 21 points left. And we are moving on to the next initiative, which is H7. H7. Where the hell is H7? That is Marge. We actually made it to Marge. Now, we're going to blitz, obviously, with, I think, C8. And he's free, so he can blitz. So one, let's see where he goes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We're going to blitz, and that blitz is going to take us to here, but we're going to have to expend 2. 4 points. Okay. Now it's Marge's turn. So Marge is going to look here, and she's going to look at the rest of her team. H9 is down. H4 is back in the back. H5 is way back. So that team is actually way behind the play at the moment. So Marge is going to have a dodge of 12. Poe has a block of 10. She's 2 up on this. Marge is going to spend, and Poe is going to spend, I think, because we're trying to save a score. So Marge spends 5. So that's a 15. Poe's going to spend, because he doesn't want to take a difference to this odds here. Marge is up 2 for her dodge. She succeeds by 2, which means she's going to take damage. So Poe gets a shot to hit her, and he does a D8, D4. He does 9 points, which is 7 points. 7 points is enough to knock Marge down. So she falls over. Oh my God, you got to be kidding me. I was like, oh, I want her to score. But Poe got in the way. She could not escape. And if she makes that roll, or he doesn't roll enough damage, she just slides right out and scores. But as it turns out, she does not, and she does not score. So that ball is coming out. She took the damage. No, it's a wound. That's the other thing too. So let's roll the wound on Marge. Oh, Marge is KO'd. And we actually roll again for her, and and she was almost killed, but nothing else. So Marge is. So they get a removal. So that would be league points. That ball is coming out. So that ball scatters in a direction and is starting to bounce. It goes here and is bouncing. So, okay, it's still in. According to our half X rules, it's still in. And the hexes, or I'm sorry, the Poe, the terrors, I'm sorry, get a free activation right now. Ooh. does not look like scoring is necessarily in the cards for who can act. So I think the Teethman Terrors, the goal would be, so right now the ball's out on the Dusters. So if the ball goes out of bounds, so there's a 50-50 chance it goes out of bounds on the next activation, the Terrors would get the ball. And this guy would be the guy to get the ball. He's the closest to the spot it goes out of bounds. No one else is going to go. H9 is going to go. H9 is here. He cannot, one, two, three. The most he can make it is to about here. So he is not going anywhere. H4, way out of the play. H5, way out of the play. So I think Teethman Terrors are safe-ish. I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to sort of fiddle with. So let's see if that makes any sense here if that ball goes out. C8 is going to go, but before C8 gets to go, we're going to move the ball. So direction and does it remain bouncing or not? 2. So it indeed goes out of bounds. So that is an immediate turnover. So that means the Terrors get a point. So they're up to 8. The ball goes to the closest person who can get the ball. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. Right? So it looks like one of these guys is getting the ball. So this guy gets the ball. Poe immediately gets to possess the ball. And it is indeed his activation right now. So he gets to go again. Now, if there were anybody to get this ball, like Sally, I would hand it to her and hope that she could kick. C8 is going to hold his phase. So he delays. Done. H9's turn to get up. Forge is. Forge is. What's he going to do? Can he do anything to him? It'd be great to knock him on his ass, grab the ball, and then get your free activation 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then sprint in. That would be great, but I don't think you can get 1, 2, 3. Most you can get to like here or here. I think he's resting. I think he just takes a breather and preps himself for the next one. That's him. C9, and this is what we were sort of waiting for. Oh, we can't. There's no way you can do it. So, well, we can go. No, there's no way to do it. So we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So it would be a kick of a DL 20 for our kick of 10. There is no good way to do that. She can come in 1, 2, Poe can go up to 1, 2, 3, 4 and hit the midline again. It's all for naught. There really is nothing to do. So before C9 goes, I think Poe's going to go. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Because it takes a half phase to kick. And it takes, right? So Wheezy'd have to get up and then quit and kick. or whatever, and that's just not going to. So we're going to take that phase. Wheezy gets up 1, 2, 3, and again, it's not even worth taking a hand off or anything like that. Or actually, what we'll do is 1, 2, 3, get up and just put yourself on there. And he should be actually over here because there's no actual point for him to do anything else. Corporal, just to make sure that we don't get the ball, but I think he's just going to hit Wheezy because he's there. She's there. Corporal is up by what? He has a 12. Wheezy's a 10. So he does push her. So he's just going to push her like that. He's going to do some damage. D8, D4. 7, that's 5 on Wheezy. That's too bad. 19 on Wheeze. Now H5 is going to go. Kel takes a breather. She gets a point. And Kel takes a breather, and C4 Bjorn is also just going to snooze, but he's also going to bleed. So he ends up with 4 points to start, and then he takes a breather and just lays there, 6 more points back. So he actually ends up with 10 as the half comes to an end. That's it. Half comes to an end. Bam. And at that point, so we pull the block markers off. Everybody see, I was hoping to get in and try to kick. And if Wheezy was actually just standing, her kick is 10, pose is 9. Like if she was standing, then I'd have run to hand the ball off to her. She goes 1, 2, 3, maybe sprints to 4, and then tries a kick from a fairly long distance, but you know, you could try and get the 3 points. That actually would be really good. 11-1 is a fine score. As it stands, that wasn't going to work out because she was down. There is no way to kick a field goal on the same turn that you are standing up effectively after being on your ass. So without some kind of perk or benefit that will right into the game, something like a quick kick or a quick pass or whatever you can do. So that's sort of where we ended up in terms of the score. The score is 8-1. So we have 1 touchdown on the board for 6 points, a couple turnovers, actually 3 turnovers, 2 against the Dusters, 1 against the Terrors. Not a bad game in terms of ball movement. In fact, the only thing I don't like, and this is something I have to sort of consider, is can you blitz without hitting someone? Because the thing is, the field is not that large. It looks large. It looks wide open with these characters. But the characters have good enough movement that it is fairly easy to put a mark on someone. It's fairly easy to stand next to someone. And so the question is, or for instance, should you be able to tackle and not have enough movement to carry you into the hex of the defender? Now, to block, you don't. You just have to be adjacent. But a block's only a half move. The tackle is sort of a full move, so you get this extra 2 or 3 or 4 hexes that you get to move. That's all. So it's just a question of whether there's a little tweaking to make the distances a little longer on the field so that, every time you want to score a touchdown, it's not, well, I'm just going to blitz and put my marker next to yours. Good luck. You got to dodge out of this. I don't know. I don't know if that's okay. That might be preferred or desirable, and I'm not sure. So it's something to think about. In any case, we're done with the first half. It is 8-1. We do have to roll to give people hit points, I suppose. That'd probably be nice. So everybody comes off the field. I suppose we're going to say that Marge is out, so Marge is going to be off the field here. So she's clunked. We're not even going to worry about her hit points since she has been effectively KO'd. And I mean, I don't know who we're going to bring on. We might bring Joseph on. We might not, but we'll have to figure that out here in a minute. Let's roll the dice first for the Teethman Terrors. So Algor gets. Well, both Algor and Ven actually get an extra roll. So they get 3 and 2. So we'll give them 19, 21. Sally gets 4, 32. So she's almost back to full. Bjorn gets 2, 12. Bracken gets 5 more. He's up to 17. Varger gets 4 more. Up to 33. Roland 25. And then 5 and 5. 23 and 24. And then because they were out this turn, they also get 5. And so they're both up. And so now everybody's in a nice double-digit situation. So the kid gets a die because he was out this turn. 3, so 19. And now we will update everybody for the half. So 4, 4, and 4. 2, 2, and 4. So 2, 2, and 4 is nothing. And then 6, she's unconscious. 5 and 4. So, I mean, frankly, Joseph is clunkier than the kid is, and as long as the kid has enough hit points to not be killed, which he sort of does right now, I think he's actually coming on the field. I think obviously, so no one is bleeding at the moment because we kill all the bleeds, but all the other injuries currently still are in existence. I think Bjorn and Bracken have to come off the field because they are hurt. So 4 and 5 are off the field for the Terrors. And I mean, heck, Bracken has a long line of injuries. So, it's a lot. It's a lot of blood coming out of you, sir. Hey, I've never seen an intestine. All right. And so who's out? 6 and 7 are out, and the kid's coming back in. And that's going to be our lineup for the second half. Not a bad game so far. Yeah, I really felt Marge should have scored on that one, but she didn't. And then Marge would have been rough because her kick isn't great, so she had a good chance of actually missing even the extra single point. So it probably would have only been 5 points anyway. But even so, it would have been 7 to 6, and so a pretty tight game. But as it stands, the Terrors are still up by a touchdown, and an extra kick. So we'll see how the second half goes. If I could close my